A new Star Wars book came out today, and we need to talk about it. The book is called The Last Order, and it is by Kwame Umbalya. It follows Finn and Jannah, who are two characters from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. If you're watching this, you probably already know who these characters are. Both of them are former First Order troopers, and this book follows them switching back and forth between their days as troopers separately and their days in the rebellion together. Now, I went into this book with absolutely no expectations. I had heard literally nothing about it before it was dropped today, so I was just looking for a good time reading this, and I'll be honest, that's exactly what I got. This book, I think, is the perfect length. It's easy to follow, it's action-packed, there's not really any dull moments. It's really, really good. I'm not going to give you any information about this book because I think you should go read it, like right now. But if you insist, I'll give you a little bit of information. As troopers, Finn was kind of up and coming. He was very dedicated to the First Order and to following the rules and to being a good soldier. Similarly, Jannah was also looking to be a good soldier, but she was higher up in ranks and she had a squad to herself. She also wanted to be dedicated to the First Order and be a good soldier, but her dedications more lied with her team. And in this book, we get to know the people that surrounded both of these characters during their time in the First Order, and again, giving you absolutely no information. These characters are so much fun. In my extremely rough estimations, a little bit more than 50% of this book is following Finn and Jannah while they're troopers, and the other 48% is following them while they are on a mission for the rebellion. And again, I'm giving you zero information about what they're trying to do there. There are a ton of new characters that are introduced in this story that fit so well into not only the story, but just Star Wars in general. There was never a point where I was reading a character that was new from this book that I went, oh, that's weird, or oh, that doesn't feel right. This book was just really well written and the characters were really fleshed out. Even though we didn't have a ton of time with anyone in particular, it all just felt very smooth and seamless, and I think that has a lot to do with the author. I believe this is the first Star Wars book that Kwame Umbalya has worked on, and if that is the case, I would love to see them continue to write in this universe. What they were able to do with these two characters was really, really fun and engaging. It didn't alter the course of anyone's life in the Star Wars universe. Like, it very clearly had constraints on it, and those constraints were, hey, don't contradict anything in the movies. We're not really adding anything huge, but we are adding a ton of context specifically for Jannah, who, if I'm remembering the sequels correctly, just kind of shows up out of nowhere. And while her character does get some interesting points in the movies, it always kind of felt to me like she just kind of showed up without any real backstory, and this book is the backstory. From the end of this book, we know exactly how she got where she is when we first see her in the sequels. And similarly, we get a lot of information about Finn and what he was like during his time with the First Order. While I'm here, I do want to take a quick second to shout out the audiobook narrator, whose name is Torian Brackett. I think that they did a really, really good job with this audiobook. I'm not sure that I have listened to anything from them before, but I was pleasantly surprised with how this audiobook was narrated. I feel like I need to say this while I'm here. I probably should have said this at the top of the video. This isn't sponsored in any way. I'm not being asked or paid to promote this book. I just am a Star Wars fan and I am reporting to you the news. And the news is that this book is good and you should read it. Really is books like this and Sanctuary, the Bad Batch novel that came out earlier this year, that make me really, really excited for Disney publishing going forward. You saw my video a couple days ago. Some new books were announced at New York Comic Con and I'm super excited about all of them. Reading this book and seeing how good it was really does give me more excitement for these upcoming books because they really haven't released a bad one in a while. I know that this book literally came out this morning, but if you have already read it, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Please let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't read it but you're planning to, maybe save this video and come back when you're done and then drop your thoughts. If you're into Star Wars or Star Wars books, consider pressing follow. I talk about this stuff quite often, and if you like this one, you might like some of my other stuff. For the moment, I think I've said all I need to say on this topic, so I will see you after you've read this book, because you definitely should, because it's really good. Okay, bye.